So welcome, family. It's been a minute since I've been on here. I've missed you guys. So I want to explain why I'm wearing shades tonight. I broke my frames right before I was ready to start. I had to run out in the car and get my glasses because these are prescriptions and I can't see. So versus trying to have half a frame on my face falling off my face, I just went and got the only pair of prescription glasses I have, was just my shades. So I want to apologize. I'm not trying to be cool. I just need these in order to see. So I hope you guys will bear with me. But at least I can see my notes and my papers and everything. So that being said, welcome to the Know Your Right show with Terris Strength. On air, calling out of Lagos, Nigeria. Family, please call in to join this outstanding show. 516-453-9133. Press 1 to join the conversation. And of course, this is brought to you by Ngozi Time Multimedia. So we have a fantastic show tonight. I'm looking to learn a lot myself. We're going to talk about the Akashic Records tonight, and we have an interview with the lovely Miss Larissa Michelle. She's going to educate me, and I'm sure many of us out there in the listening audience, about these Akashic Records. And so join us, family. Join us this evening for this engagement. This should be very, very interesting. You know, on this show, we try to discuss and talk about things discuss all things metaphysical. Because I believe this is what we're here to figure out and learn. And so on this show, we try to go through all the tools that are here to help us to do just that. So call in, family. Call in 516-453-9133. Press 1 to join the conversation. Of course, this is brought to you by Ngozi Time Multimedia. So yes, so I'm really looking forward to this show. I don't know a whole lot I'm aware of the Akashic Records. I don't know a whole lot about the Akashic Records, so I'm really looking forward to learning from Miss Michelle this evening. So a couple of the other things that I want to talk about. There's a lot going on out here right now with the whole situation with Israel, and family, we just gotta pay. We just have to pray. There's a lot of pain going on in this world, fighting, not getting along, and please, family, pray. Please pray with me for a peaceful resolution to what's going out there in Palestine, on the Gaza Strip, and on all of that's going on, and that we can that they may find a peaceful resolution. Also, this is the month, and in a couple of days we're going to celebrate Thanksgiving, and you guys know I've had many shows about that. Thanks for joining us, Mr. Dixon. Thanks for joining us this evening. I've talked about that on past Novembers, on what Thanksgiving is really about. I've interviewed some Native Americans from the Lakota about this topic, and we just need to be mindful. Make sure you try to give a donation to a Native American organization to support the Native Americans who have been oppressed. And this holiday actually supports that. It supports that. So please, just be mindful, everyone. Be mindful. Try to find a Native American organization that you can place a donation and support them. All right. So yes, so we're coming into the end of the year, coming into the holidays. 2023 is coming to a close. Look forward to what we're going to try to achieve and learn and grow in 2024. And so just looking forward to it, family. So happy to be back. It seemed like it's been a while since I've seen you guys. Yes, Mo. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining the show. Yes. So like I was saying, everyone, those who just logged in on Facebook Live, I'm wearing the shades because I broke my glasses right before the show. Can't really see without them. These are prescription shades, so that's why I have them. Not trying to be cool or anything. Just trying to be able to see my notes and everything. All right? But this is the Know Your Right show with Terris Strength. Thanks for joining us. We'll be logging in about 20 minutes. About 9:25, 28, we'll be logging in and transitioning to Blog Talk. So thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us. We have an interview tonight with Miss Larissa Michelle. She's going to talk about the Akashic Records, something very high-end, very exotic, esoteric. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I'm looking forward to learning and her sharing her perspective with us. And so please, join in, family. Join in. Again, we talk about all things metaphysical on this show to help you to navigate this realm. So please join us, call in, make your comments, listen to the show. I appreciate it. And we're going to have a good time tonight talking about this topic. So I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. So let's talk a little bit about who Larissa is a little bit. So Larissa is a soul guide, okay? And she helps people transform their lives from misery to happiness by tapping into the wisdom and knowledge that lives within their soul. Her mission is to encourage. Hold on for a second. Ready, Terris? Yes I am, brother. Let's make it happen. So her mission is to encourage and support others in discovering their own inner power, agency, and divinity as they strengthen their connection to their soul and create the rewarding life they are here to experience. She is a New Yorker, former teacher, and a mom of 2. Her spiritual awakening began after the birth of her daughters, and she continues to evolve with them and through their experiences together. All right, so you can log into her website to receive a free Akashic Records guidebook, which I've downloaded. I'm going to read an excerpt of it tonight, and really looking forward to talking to her tonight and sharing her with you, with our listening audience. Thanks for joining us, Mo. Thanks for joining us, Marlene. Daryl, good to hear from you, brother. Hope all is going well with you. And any others that we have out there that I can't see, thanks for joining the show. We're gonna have a rocking show tonight, and so I'm honored to have her as someone that I'm interviewing. Valeska, thanks for joining the show this evening. Thanks for joining the show. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the Akashic Records for many of you who don't know what that is. Like I said, yes. Thank you, Valeska. Thank you for this topic. Yes, thank you. So we're gonna talk about this evening. So let's very briefly. This is from her ebook that you can download off of her website, and I'll make sure she gives you her contact information when she's on this evening. So what is the Akashic Record? First, it is important to understand that you are more than your physical reality. You are a soul having a physical experience. And your soul is a piece of God or the collective source consciousness. So your current life is one experience your soul is having. So what is the Akashic Record? Our soul is not physical. It is made of light energy. It exists in a different plane of existence. One other plane of existence outside of our physical reality is the Akashic Records. So the Akashic Record is an energetic space that holds access to all knowledge about your soul and its journey. Past, current, and future lives, habits, gifts, personalities, ways in which it wants to grow, and etc. Everything you need to know about your soul is stored in this energetic space. So there you have it. Why do we need to use the Akashic Records? Because it holds all the knowledge of your soul, you can access the records to obtain helpful information to support you in this current life, such as helping you see the bigger picture behind repeating patterns so you can learn the lesson and move on. Number 2, understanding why certain people or events are part of your life and are here to help you. And number 3, becoming aware of your soul gifts so you can use them to their greatest potential in this lifetime. So there are 4 intentions behind examining the Akashic Records. Number 1, you need to believe in yourself in the unfolding of stepping into your Akashic Records. Number 2, Trust in any information that comes through for you. Number 3, release expectations. Know the door is open and you will receive exactly what you seek in divine timing. And number 4, clear intentions. Be clear on what you want to gain from this experience. So this is going to be good, family. This is going to be good. Maybe I can try to get Miss Michelle to do a 5-minute meditation for us if Brother O doesn't mind. Do a 5-minute meditation, an example of help to open up the Akashic Records. So call in, family. 516-453-9133. Press 1 to join the conversation. Of course, this is brought to you by Ngozi Time Multimedia. So call in, family. This is Terris Strength, Spirituality, A New Perspective, the Akashic Records with Larissa Michelle. Yes, Larissa. She's watching. Yes. So this is going to be an outstanding show. I'm looking towards learning a lot myself. So I love interviewing people so I can learn, and then I get to share it with you guys. So we're coming to the end of this year. It's been quite a year. I hope you guys have your goals in order for what you want to accomplish in 2024. You know, working on your relationships, learning to love more, doing the healing work that's necessary so that you can expand and evolve, so that you can take care of what you're here to take care of while you're down here. You know? So I want you to examine what happened, what you did, how much growth you had in 2023, and look at it, take it to the next level in 2024, family. So it's 9:18. We'll be transitioning in about 6 minutes and transition to Block Talk. So call in, family. Call in. 516-453-9133. Press 1 to join the conversation. And of course, this is brought to you by Ngozi Time Multimedia. So for those who don't understand and wondering why I'm wearing shades, I'm not trying to be cool. I broke my glasses, my frames, right before the show started. And versus having my glasses falling off my face, I ran in my car and got my shades instead. These are prescription shades so I can see my notes and everything. So please, just bear with me. I want to apologize. But I'm not trying to be cool. I'm just trying to see. So this evening. So the show must go on. So I'll take care of the frames tomorrow. But yes, this is a very interesting show that we're having. Please call in for any questions and comments. Please call in. We're talking about the Akashic Records, and we're interviewing Miss Larissa Michelle. Yes. All right, family. So I've missed you guys. It's been like 2 months since I've been on here. It feels like a long time. So it's great to be back and to try to share some topic with you guys that I feel can help you on your journey. And if anything I can do to help you, give me a call. I'm on Facebook, Instagram. So give me a call. Give me a call, family. Yes. So we'll be wrapping it in. We'll be transitioning shortly. It's 9:20 right now. So yeah. So we really gotta pray for what's going on over there in the Middle East with the bombings and things like that. You know, energetically at some level, we're all responsible. We're all involved. We have to pray for healing, family. And we have to pray for a healing resolution to what's going on over there. We have to pray for a healing resolution to what's going on. The killing needs to stop. It needs to stop, family. So please pray for that situation. Pray for the Native Americans who are on reservations, who deal with many forms of oppression. Pray for them. Think about that during this holiday. That's a holiday for us, but symbolizes oppression and murder for your Native Americans. So please, find a Native American organization and donate. Donate money to help a Native American organization. Please, family. Please. Please. So, spirituality, a new perspective. Akashic Records interview with Larissa Michelle. Be transitioning very shortly. All right, family. Yeah. Yes. Come on now. Yes. We must move towards healing, family. We must move towards healing. We're here to figure it out. Come on now. Yes. Yes. Come on now. Yes. Come on now. Thanks for joining us, Valeska, Mo. Of course, Miss Michelle is logged in. Daryl, thanks for joining us. And anybody else out there that I can't see. Thanks for joining the Know Your Right show, Spirituality, a New Perspective with Terris Strength. Thanks for joining us. Yes. Yes. Let's learn about the Akashic Records, family.
To listen to the show.
Thanks for joining us, Tawana. Tawana, Valeska, Mo, Daryl, and anyone else out there that I can't see. Thanks for joining the show this evening.
Blog Talk Radio.
When we first set out to make the skies bluer, some said, keep dreaming. So we did. And we continue to lower emissions on the road to zero. But hey, why stop there? Next, we took our dreams to the track in a hybrid, moving forward and upward. We're working on an EV that has wings. We've even reduced CO2 by growing algae to make fuel. And someday, we'll turn your old Honda into your brand new Honda. That's because we are a company of dreamers, setting out to be carbon neutral by 2050.
Oh.
So, no matter where we go, you better believe we're going to keep dreaming.
This is Dr. Chinchilla Donesia, the Commissioner of WBNN. For those of you that have been having trouble tuning into WBNN's programming due to phone service provider issues with Metro, T-Mobile, or Cricket, I have a solution for you. Go to the Google Play Store or the Apple Play Store, download the Text Now app onto your cell phone, shoot the phone number, and then you will be able to tune into all of WBNN programming. I am the Honorable Dr. Chinchilla J.
And don't cry. Your folks might understand you by and by. Just move on up toward your destination. Though you may find from time to time complications. And take a trip. Though there may be wet road ahead and you cannot slip, just move on up. But please you find into the steeple of beautiful people where there's only one kind. So hush now, child, and don't cry. Your folks might understand you by and by. Move on up and keep on wishing. Remember your dream is your only king, so keep on pushing. Take nothing less than the supreme best. Do not obey rumors people say, but you can pass the test. Just move on up to a greater day. With just a little faith, if you put your mind to it, you can surely do it.
Unmuted.
Thank you for that, brother O. I like that song. All right, this is a product of WBNN. This is Know Your Rights, and I'm your host, Terris Strength, on air now from Lagos, Nigeria. Call in family 516-453-9133. Press 1 to join the conversation. Of course, this is brought to you by Ngozi Time Multimedia. Before I begin, I would like to thank Brother Oladeli and the O&E Dynasty family for giving me the opportunity to share my story and my perspective. The topic tonight is spirituality, a new perspective. We're going to go into the Akashic Records. We have an interview with Miss Larissa Michelle. Really looking forward to this tonight. All too often, we berate ourselves because we are not happy. Happiness becomes a goal we are pushing ourselves towards, but that we never truly reach. We think that there is something wrong with us if we are not in a heightened state of bliss 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Our focus becomes oriented towards the absence of happiness, and so the absence of happiness is all we get. So stop measuring yourself next to happiness. Instead, seek to feel just a little bit better from wherever you are emotionally at this moment. And that was from Till Swan. So I just want to make a couple of comments. I talked about some of this on Facebook Live. First of all, I want to pray for the situation on the Gaza Strip in Israel with the Palestinians. The bombing, it needs to stop, family. They need to come to a peaceful resolution. We need to move towards that, and we need to pray for that situation. Also, I want to pray for the Native Americans this time of year. This holiday, I've had many shows, the past 3 or 4 shows about this holiday and what it actually has meant, particularly to the Native Americans. Please try to find a Native American charity and donate money to support what's been going on, the oppression of these people on their land and what's been going on for years and years and years. We must pray for the Native Americans also. We have to pray for it, and we need to talk about the truth of what Thanksgiving really means. I know we get together and we eat turkey with our families and get together, and that's fine. But please, let's not lose perspective of what this holiday really means and what it meant. I understand maybe how we use it with our families, but it really symbolized something entirely different to the Native Americans. So I just want us to remain cognizant of that. Next, I want to really say how much I appreciate meeting people like Miss Michelle and other people I've met, the iridologists and different metaphysical people that I've met over the last couple of years. I think it's outstanding to find souls down here that are concerned about their expansion. And it's something that we need so much more in this world to help us understand why we're here and what we're here to figure out. And, Miss Michelle is an example of this, following the pursuits of her soul and understanding and moving towards and understanding her divinity. And so it's an honor for me. I've met so many people like this over the past 4 years who are serious about trying to figure out and learning, and they're from all different disciplines and they have different gifts and tools. But it has been quite a ride, and it's been an honor for me just to be able to interview and talk. And the fact that I have these people on speed dial, I am truly grateful to be in this space. And it's an honor to know people that actually care about their souls and care about who they are and what they're here for, that actually think about that they're not being so superficial, really thinking that it's just here about getting married and accumulating things and just unhealthy relationships, So it's an honor, and I just feel like I just wanted to say that. So tonight we're going to interview Miss Larissa Michelle, and she's going to educate me about the Akashic Records. Miss Michelle, are you on the line?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes. So.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I can hear you loud and clear.
Thank you so much. That was That was such a beautiful introduction, and I'm so honored to be here, and I'm grateful for you for sharing space for people to, share their stories and share their work. It's great.
Absolutely, the honor is all mine, and it's heartfelt. I really mean it. I was reading your bio, and I was like, how did she get into this? And you said in your bio, it began after the birth of your daughters. For a lot of people, they have children. They don't think about being spiritual.
I know that.
And so it's just,
I
it's.
always think about.
Go ahead, tell your story. What led you to the Akashic record? Go ahead, preach that gospel. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, I think, a lot of people, just like myself, during the pandemic, I think we all had a moment of, really, really seeing and being in our lives, not being able to escape the reality we've created, so being cooped up inside and dealing with the people, the situations, the drama that I was dealing with. I just realized that I was miserable. Like, I hated my life. I hated, how I created this. Like, I just realized it one day, like, wow, like, I'm miserable and I created this. And I just started going on a hunt for, like, information because part of me just felt like I have to have some kind of mental problem or something, like, how do we create lives and not even realize that we're miserable, So I was really upset by that. I started doing, research, and it led me to, like, astrology and numerology. It led me to tarot cards and oracle readings. And then somehow I happened across an Akashic record reading. And it actually took me back because when I was growing up, we had Sylvia Brown. I don't know if anyone remembers Sylvia Brown and Montel. She would be his psychic guest. And she would talk about the Akashic records, about the vast library. And, like, as a kid, it just seemed like, wow, this is amazing. And I completely forgot about it. And one day it just popped up, like, on my FD, and I was like, yeah, I'll definitely try this. And I was blown away, like, by the reading I got and all the information. I was like, I need to do this. Like, I need to figure out how this woman did this, and I need to do it for myself. And it was really a pivotal point that really changed who I was and my agency and my, like, spiritual healing.
It is so funny. It's so funny to hear you talk about how you got into this, because your story sounds like my story. It sounds like stories. It sounds like Mo's story, another host on this show, and many other people I've met. We have similar stories about our lives being out of control and knowing that we need to learn something different and learn more in order to help us make sense of it. And your story sounds just like my story. You started reading and learning and reading this and reading that. It's the same thing with me. Same thing. And so it's just really, really cool. It's like we're kindred spirits,
Yeah. And it's true. I think, I've done a lot of reading. Lately, I'm really into, like, Dolores Cannon and reading all these things. And it's true. It's like that's a common theme for souls. Like, we put ourselves in these really miserable situations where we're forced to really go inside. Like, there's just a point that comes where we know there's no going forward. You can no longer move forward in your life in this way, And the only way to move forward is to go within, to understand how you created this, where you went wrong, so you can correct it and live the life that you're meant to live.
Yes, absolutely. So let the listening audience and me, of course, know what are the Akashic records? Like, explain this to me, and why do we need to know about it?
So the Akashic Records, it's an energetic space, okay? So we are more, I heard you, on the Facebook Live, you were reading
Yes, I was reading your guidebook, yes.
So we have a physical body. Yeah. So we are not like a physical, right now we're physical, right? But we are really our soul. So our soul is having a physical experience, but our soul is, like, eternal. It's not, like, tied to anything. It's just light energy, right? So all light is energy. And when we are part of our soul, because our soul, this is only one piece of our soul, this physical experience. But our soul has had many different lives and experiences. and everything is held in your Akashic record. So every single soul in the world, even beyond the world, every soul that exists has a record for every experience they've ever had. And it's not even just experiences, also any thought that you've had, any action you've taken, any feeling that you felt. All of these things are part of your Akashic record. So if you ever had, we all have those intrusive thoughts where we just kind of have to brush it off, like, oh, that's crazy. No one's going to know I thought that. Your Akashic record knows that you thought that. So there's a record. Because thoughts are energy, emotions are energy. So everything is stored, and you have access to that information. Like, it's not a special place where only some people can go. Anyone can access the Akashic records. Anyone. You just have to, be interested and do the work to get in there.
So who discovered this? Like, maybe that's a dumb question, but who discovered this? Mm-hmm. How did a person
I don't know.
discover
I
this?
mean, to be honest, going back, I don't know how far this goes. I know, I was just listening. There's a TikToker, YouTuber I listen to called JK Ultra, and she was going in, she has this really long video about the record and how it goes back to all these, the Anunnaki and the Sumerians, and how there's a record of other, godly beings sharing soul information with humans. So, you can go back and find all this information.
Okay.
But I don't know how it was first found. I just know when I first heard of it, it was from Sylvia Brown watching Montel when I was home from school.
Okay. So how did you learn to read the Akashic records? Again, just reading?
So, So I got my first Akashic record reading over the pandemic, in 2020, and it really blew my mind. It was this 20-page, really, really in-depth talk about past lives and about my soul gifts, and it was incredible. It blew my mind, and I was listen, I need to do this. I was so fueled to get more information that I started Googling. I started Googling books. I started Googling videos and just watching videos, reading different books. Mm-hmm. And then it's after a while of accumulating information, you get to just play with it, So my favorite book, and a lot of people talk about this book, is very, very accessible. It's How to Read the Akashic Records by Linda Howe, Howe. And she has a bunch of different prayers, and they're called pathway prayers into the record, into the heart of the record. And another, oh my gosh, this book is really amazing. And she also explains the record as being a light body itself, right? Mm-hmm. So you can enter the records in whatever way, but she's going into the heart, through feelings, through emotions. But there are other pathway prayers that can bring you somewhere else. So you could go into the brain of the record, and get more of an analytical view on things, or maybe the foot of the record, I don't know. But it's amazing. This book is amazing, and it's a great entryway into the record. But I would just, I would like to make it really clear that as sovereign souls, as people with free will, it's really important that we take in information, but then it's also really, really important that we use that information in our own way. So it's great picking up a book and using a certain method and getting comfortable with it. But once you're comfortable, it's really important to play with it, and find your own way, because we're not meant to live by rules, because we have free will, and everyone, because we are all souls that are part of God, that are part of the divine or source consciousness, we all are divine, and we all have our own gifts and our own way of doing things, and those ways are incredibly special and powerful. So it's really important that we also play with things and make it our own.
Well, it's interesting you say that, because many of us don't know that we're divine. We don't know that. and we don't believe that, and that's the reason why there's so much fear and fighting and war in this world. But I want to get in your business for a second. So when you were reading about yourself, like, was it really talking about you? Like did it resonate with you? The things that you were learning about your life?
Yes, it did. Because when you go into the Akashic Records, I mean, you can learn so many things, like about your soul, about past lives, about your habits, like anything, you know? So a lot of the things that really got me, I mean, everything got me. This woman was incredible. But the things that got me is you can read about a past life, and you can see that, okay, this player is now like this person in my life now, right? You know, like all these soul pairings, we keep on following each other in life, trying to help each other learn lessons. And then I can read about this past life where this person did this to me. And then, like, in this life, it's like, whoa, I understand that, you know, like, it makes so much sense. So it's like, if you are struggling with a person, if you're struggling with anything, you know, like, if you're struggling with a family member, with a loved one, with a friend, if you're struggling with a bad habit, with weight, with smoking, with drugs, if you're struggling with depression, with anxiety, with fear, all of that can be explained by your soul. And once you understand the energy behind it, you can clear it for yourself. You can transform your life. And that was the stepping stone for me completely changing my life.
That's crazy. Like, so it's able to explain certain people that are in your life and why and who they are. Because they may have been in your past lives. All right, we gotta talk, Larissa.
Yeah.
We gotta, we're gonna have to. You're gonna have to talk about this. This is because this is the type of stuff. Yeah, we gotta talk about that because listen, I need all the help I can get. I think.
Yes. I mean, I definitely did also. You know, there's some people that you just cannot move on from. You know, there's some people that, I mean, even coworkers. You ever had a coworker that you just rub you the wrong way, and every time you see each other, there's always a snide remark, a snide comment, something. And all of this goes with our soul contract. And there are past lives where we influence each other. And even right now, with these snide remarks and the conflict and the tension, there's a lesson built in there. And you can understand the lesson and clear it up. And then just walk, you know, around your job like, I don't even care about you. Like we're good now. You know what I mean? Like, lesson learned.
Wow. All right, so we're gonna have a track next with DJ Hall of Famer Dr. O. Dr. O, you got something for us?
Listen, I love this conversation, man. It's kind of even deeper in going to another track, but of course we're here listening to the one and only Curtis Mayfield. Let's get it out. No thanks.
I've met many people over the years, and in my opinion, I have.
Thanks for joining us, Miss Leslie, Katina Eagle, Miss Karen Blade, Ebony Don Starks. Thanks for joining us, Magic Man, Mooney. Thanks for joining the show.
Coast to coast. Now our lives are in the hands of the pusher man. We break it all down in hopes that you might understand how to protect yourself. Don't make no profit for the man. I'm so glad I've got my own. So glad that I can see my life's a natural high. The man can't put no thing on me. I'm so glad I've got my own. So glad that I can see my life's a natural high. The man can't put no thing on me. You're something kind of funny. How the man take your money. He's sure as he can be. In such a way you'll never see. It's a terrible thing inside. When your natural high.
Call in Facebook family. 516-453-9133. Call in, join the conversation. Miss Leslie, Karen, Ebony Dawn, Hooney, call in. Mo, Tawana, Daryl, Marlene. Call in.
I'm not your high. The man can't put no thing on me. I'm so glad I've got my own. So glad that I can see my life. I'm not your high. The man can't put no thing on me.
Yes. Good to see you, brother.
Twinkling, twinkling, gleam. Way to know what you think. While you're in a minor sleep, your conscience is only peace. More and more you see, until you go another league. Playing fantasy, you have no reality. I'm so glad I touched my own, so glad that I can see my life. I'm not your head. The man can't put no thing on me. I'm so glad I've got my own. So glad that I can see my life. I'm not your head. The man can't put no thing on me. Get down and take a look. It may be something that you missed. I know your mind, you wanna talk. But you don't have to be no jerk. Just be glad you got your own. So glad that I can see my life. I'm not your high. The man can't put no thing on me. I'm so glad I've got my own. So glad that I can see my life. I'm not your high. The man can't put no thing on me. Show is funky. Show is funky. I ain't no junkie. I ain't no junkie. Show is funky. Show is funky. I ain't no junkie.
All right, brother.
I ain't no junkie.
All right, Block Talk family. We have the lovely Miss Larissa Michelle to teach us about the Akashic Records. Call in, family. 516-453-9133. Press 1 to join the conversation. Of course, this is brought to you by Ngozi Time Multimedia. All right, so we were talking about, well, I was getting pretty excited. We were talking about all the things that you can learn and explain people in your life through the Akashic Records. So I want to ask you this next question. You know, can anyone read the Akashic Records? Like, I guess so,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
Yes. Yeah.
It
Anyone.
you just have to want to know.
If anyone is interested, I read a bunch of books, but I think the best one that I read was again by Linda Howe, H-O-W-E.
I gotta write that down. I have
And
my
she
pen.
says, that she learned this pathway prayer. It was a few days before September 11th, 2001, right before the Twin Towers were hit in New York City. And she said she learned it, like in the Akashic Records, that she was meant to share this way to get into the heart of the records. And then she shared it on September 11th, and she realized that she learned that because on that day, with all those events, the events that happened, it's like everyone's hearts were like blown open, and they were ready to take power over who they were. Because, and you mentioned earlier, what's going on in Gaza,
Yes.
and that's part of it. Like horrible things happen. But we also have to remember that whenever a horrible thing happens, it's because, it's like the balance is coming, The horrible things happen, but people wake up and they go deeper into themselves. So she shared this pathway prayer, this book for accessing the records along the same time of September 11th, because she said the guidance she received was, it's time for everyone to be their own spiritual, resource. The times
Yes.
of us going to other people for knowledge are over now. So it's time for everyone to understand that you are divine, that you have the power, you can do
Yes.
all of these things. We are all, I don't want to sound like hokey, but we're like magical beings. We are part of God. We can do all of these things. We can tap into our soul. That's not like secret knowledge, it's
Right.
it's us, it's who we are. And as individuals, we're able to tap into that now and heal ourselves.
Yes, we're all meta humans. We're metas. Right. Wow.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is you getting me excited talking about this stuff. All right, so I'm trying to say to my questions, but I got a a lot more. So why is Akashic wisdom important to us? I mean, I guess it's basically just what you were saying. Because many of us don't even know that we need to know this stuff. So I guess those of us who are learning about this stuff, we need to share it with other people, because all of these tools are down here to help us to navigate this realm and to find out what we're here to learn, right? Or something like that.
Yeah. Exactly, yeah. We're not, I think, the biggest takeaway is that we are meant to live as divine beings. That's just who we are naturally. And, the world and how, everything is structured with hierarchy and suffering. Some people have to suffer, other people can do really well. But
Right.
it's we have all this programming internalized, and we're suffering, and we're dealing with scarcity and, fear and religious stuff and just all the things, But if we, as we do this work, we can find our inner power and we can live a beautiful life. We don't have to live in fear, in scarcity. We don't have to live doubting that we're capable of great things. We are. If there's anything that not you, anyone, but if there's any kind of dream that you hold for yourself, any vision that you kind of hold in your mind, just know that that's part of what you're supposed to do in life. Life is supposed to be comfortable. It's supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be loving. It's supposed to be filled with good people and good experiences and adventures and expression. So I think the more that we can do this work, the more we can change the world with just us enjoying life, how it's meant to be lived.
Wow. All right, so you got me thinking. I'm sitting here thinking. I'm like, so I have people. I'm sorry. I have people in my life, and you call yourself a soul guide. I think you said you call yourself a soul guide.
Yeah.
So you can help me to find out who these people are and what they mean and what they are here to teach me. Is it kind of like that, or?
Yeah. Yes, completely.
Okay.
So part of what I do is the Akashic Records, but as a soul guide, I also tap into soul blueprints. So a soul blueprint is everyone who comes into life has a
message,
has a soul mission, right? Mm-hmm. We'll call it a mission, quote, quote. But there's certain things you are here and you're supposed to do and be and become. And part of that you're supposed to be and become and do is moving past all the hurdles. It's understanding why certain people are bringing problems, because they're bringing you lessons, right? They want you to grow.
Right.
And I think part of that is holding on to that knowing of if someone or something is bringing you strife, it's actually on your side and it wants you to overcome it. It wants you to grow.
That's what I've been saying.
So I think that helps also, if there's any people or situations that you feel like it's really beating you down, if you can just hold that in your mind that actually this is here for me. They signed up in this life to help me.
It's contract.
And that's amazing.
All right, Larissa, you got me all excited. We have a caller in the queue. Caller 1. Who am I talking to this evening? You on the Know Your Right show with Terris Strength?
Hey, Terris.
Yes. Who's this?
Hey, Terris. It's Ava Holly. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, Ava?
I'm doing great. I love your topic. tonight. I didn't know anything about the Akashic Records, but I have gone to a metaphysical church out in Pennsylvania a few years ago that was very interesting, but I'm really into all that kind of stuff. So, but this is very interesting to learn about it, and you speak so knowledgeable, Larissa, so I'm enjoying listening to you.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying.
Well, Ava, do you have any questions for Miss Michelle about the Akashic Records, or are you just calling in to support me and
I'm
say
calling
hello?
in to support your show.
Okay.
I was looking it up while you guys were talking, and you were saying that anybody can read it. Is it more of like, can you get a reading, or is it something that you research on your own?
Probably both.
So it can go either way. So like I said, when like my first like personal experience was going on Etsy, like I was in love with all of like the tarot reading, oracle reading, psychic readings on Etsy, and then I just happened to find the Akashic Record readers. There's a woman, I will share her because I love her. Her name is Nina, but her Etsy page is Akashic Astrology. And she's amazing. She does this like soul profile reading, and it'll tell you like your soul spark, so like your soul gifts. It'll tell you where your soul is from. It'll tell you like different past lives, and you can also ask questions. So like I was saying to Terris earlier, if you have questions about like a certain person or situation, you can ask, and then you'll see the past life, or you'll see the meaning behind what is happening with the drama.
Mm-hmm. By the way, I
She's
love
amazing.
Sylvia Brown. My sister and I love her. I'm sad that she's gone. We never got to see her in person yet. We wanted to, but just love Sylvia Brown.
I read a lot of her books.
Yeah. I agree. And her son, now he does things. I see him online. I didn't know that.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, I just found him recently.
Wow. Yeah, I used to read a lot of her books, actually. Well, thank you, Ava. Thank you, Cole. I mean, I was going to ask you when is your show, but I know your show is tomorrow. It's after mine. But thanks.
Tomorrow, yes, right after you, yes.
Yep. What are you gonna talk about?
That was a great question.
We are doing something fun tomorrow for Thanksgiving, and just something a little different. And we are going to be talking bobbleheads and how our bobbleheads can change the world. So
I saw that.
A lot of fun.
Yeah. It looks like good time.
Yeah, that should be a lot of fun. I did a top 10 of my bobblehead collection, and that was not easy. I couldn't get the order right. I couldn't pick which 10 I wanted, and I had to do 2 honorable mentions because the world would not have changed without these 2 guys. It was crazy.
Well, I'm glad you got it down to a top 10.
Yes.
Looking forward to that tomorrow.
Great, awesome. Well, it was a pleasure listening to you guys.
Thanks for calling in, Ava.
Thank you for calling in, Ava.
Thank you for calling in.
Sure.
All right, so that's the great Ava Holly. So another question. This is great. I mean, there are so many tools, but wow. So can the Akashic record help to resolve past life trauma? I've been regressed.
Yeah.
So I've done that before. I don't know if you've been regressed, but I have been regressed. A couple of my friends have been regressed also, and that was a very, very powerful experience. Very powerful.
Yeah.
And so,
did you learn anything from those experiences?
Yeah. I mean, for sure, it really showed me my divinity. That's for sure. That there's more than one lifetime for sure. Because I mean, when I went under, I was someone else, and I was in that time, and I felt what they felt going through at that time, and I never ever forgot it. Yeah. So it really changed me in a very powerful way. So, which brings me to this question: can we use it to resolve past life trauma?
Yeah, definitely. And definitely, yes, it can. And I love the way that you said that. It's like you just go into this other life, and you're just that person with those feelings, and you're aware of, your circumstances
Yes.
and your situation.
Yes.
And I think, the Akashic Records, it's definitely a great tool for regression. There are other tools for regression also. But yeah, you can go back into the records and get information. And the thing, like, if someone else is doing a record for you, like doing a reading for you, depending, I guess, on how you receive information, because this is how it worked for me. I got a written report. So, like, I submitted an order, and then I got a report back, and I read it. And I remember that night I went to sleep, and I had, a dream being in one of those past lives. And it was like this whole thing, like, unfolded, and I woke up crying. And it just felt like such a relief, like, oh, my gosh, all these things make sense, so it's like once you go into the records, or, if you're not doing it, if someone's doing it for you, once you give someone else permission to go into your record, it's like you're opening the door for healing. I mean, that is, it's like if you want to explore the past, like, be prepared to really explore it. It's going to come up in your face, and what you do with it is obviously, whatever you do with it, but hopefully you take it as a learning experience, and you take the strength from it, or you release the pain from it, and you keep on going as, the person you are.
Because you know what? You raise a very, very powerful point. It seems like down here that many of us get in trouble because we identify with the trauma because we don't know how to reconcile it. We don't know how to reconcile it or why it's happening. And then we internalize it, and it creates a lot of disease and rage and all this stuff because we don't understand. So the reason why I'm so excited about learning about the Akashic Record and other tools to help us to reconcile what's going on is because then we understand what it is and why it's here, and that we're not to identify with it, but we are to overcome it or move around it. And it's here for that. It's here for that purpose. And that makes all the difference in the world, because once we take it on and believe that this is all that we're worth, then we create all these other problems, and it's like it slows down our progression. So this is really a big deal to be able to meet someone that can go over this and explain the stuff that's going on, so we're not taking it personal. We understand it's part of our expansion.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's crazy.
So good. Yeah. Taking it personal. Exactly.
Yes. That's really crazy. Good. Yes.
I feel like I still need that reminder to this day. When things happen, when people say like a certain thing to me, or do a certain thing, or give me a little look, I have to remind myself it's not personal. That's a them thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh,
we all need that, and that's why having these discussions with like-minded people that understand this stuff is so important. Because when you hang around people that understand this, and they understand they're on the same journey, then you get the support you need, right? You're able to have these conversations, and it's so important down here, especially as you get older and you're going through this and that, and you're trying to achieve this, and it's not coming as quickly as you want or whatever. So it's very, very important.
Yeah.
So
connection is so important.
Yes. So I'm really enjoying this conversation. It got me up here. I'm up here dreaming in front of. I'm like, Lord have mercy. All right, so I think we have a track next by DJ Legend, Dr. O. What you got for us, brother O?
We people who are darker than blue, are we gonna stand around this town and let what others say come true? We're just good for nothing, they don't figure. A boy's grown up shiftless chicken. Now we can't hardly stand for that, or is that really where it's at? We people who are darker than blue, this ain't no time for segregating. I'm talking about brown and yellow too. How yellow girl, can you tell? You're just the surface of a dark, deep well. If your mind could really see, you know your color is same as me. Pardon me, brother, as you stand in your glory. I know you don't mind if I tell the whole story.
Cool Dip. Thanks for joining the show, Brother Dip. Yes, Daryl. Great commentary. Yes.
Now I know we have great respect for the sister and mother. This isn't better yet. But there's the joker in the street, loving one brother and killing the other. When the time comes and we are really free, there'll be no brothers left, you see. We people who are darker than blue, don't let us hang around this town and let whatever say come true. We're just good for nothing, they all figure. A boy's grown up shiftless jigger. Now we can't hardly stand for that, or is that really where it's at?
That's it.
Pardon me, brother, while you stand in your glory. I know you won't mind if I tell the whole story. Pardon me, brother, I know we've come a long, long way, but let us not be so satisfied. But tomorrow can be an even brighter day.
I like that. Brother, you got to text me the title of that song, okay? So don't play around. All right, so we're
I
back.
can tell you right now, the great Curtis Mayfield, we people who are darker than blue.
I like that. I like that. Thanks, Dr. O. What a great song. All right, so we're on here, family, with the Akashic Records interview with Larissa Michelle. She has me really excited about looking into this Akashic record and finding out more about my life and everything. So, Miss Michelle, I want to know, how do you?
Yeah.
All right, I want you to do a meditation. Like, how do we get into this? Can you do a meditation for us, brother? Is it okay if she do a 5-minute meditation and show us how to get into it? Are we okay with that?
Hey, man, I don't micromanage, man. I don't micromanage. Do your thing, man.
All right, good. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. So, are there different meditations you use to get a person into it, to be able to access it? Like, talk to me about that.
Well, I don't teach anyone how to access the record. So, I
Okay.
mean, if you want to find out how to do it, you can get some books and read about it.
Okay.
But I do, like, in my guidebook, I do share,
Yes.
I share 3 meditations so you can go into the record.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like teaching you how to do it. It's just, check out the meditation, check out the guidebook, and then, do some research. I think, the most important thing, again, I'm extremely curious and I love to learn. So I've read a bunch of books, I've watched videos, and I did follow I followed other people's methods until I was like, okay, I don't really like this method. And the same thing for like Reiki. Like, you follow these methods and then you just realize, well, I don't really need the method anymore. I can just do the thing,
Right.
So I think, again, getting information is really important. I do share, I make meditations and I share them. They're in the guidebook also. So that's good.
All right, so we have another caller in the queue. And I want you to do a simple meditation, okay? But we have another caller in the queue right now. Caller 2, who am I speaking with? You're on the Know Your Right show with Terris Strength.
Hi, Terris. This is Mo Garman calling from Philadelphia. How are you?
How are you doing, Miss Gorman, this evening?
I am doing well. I wanted to call in and support your show. I'm enjoying you and your guest, Miss Michelle. And oh my gosh, I could so relate to what you were saying, Miss Michelle, in the beginning. I had a traumatizing relationship that caused me to pause and stop everything and work on myself for 8 years, right?
Yeah.
I walked away from people that caused me pain, everything like that. I started reading, meditating, exploring everything metaphysical, differentiating between differences in between religion and spirituality. It was a big thing for me. And I just wanted to say thank you for sharing that, because, a lot of people need to hear this, to heal, especially the part about healing trauma. That's my thing. My show is all about healing trauma. So this is just wonderful to know about. And maybe I'll learn one day why certain people are in my life, too. That'd be great.
Yeah. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you so much for sharing that. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, there's a bunch of us.
Very, similar. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Is it easy to access the record? Or I'm confused as to how to access it, because it's just through meditation that you access it. Or you can access it through cards, books, and astrology. I'm sorry, I'm just unclear.
No, well, I mean, so the Akashic Records are an energetic space, so you can access it through meditation. That's how I did it, in the beginning. But once you tune into that frequency, into that, that vibration of energy, you can do it in whatever way works for you. So I have, pulled cards, like tuning into the energy of the records, and then, pulling cards, like they're speaking with me through the cards. I have just sat and made the intention. Again, oh my gosh, I'm so glad that you said that. Our intentions are incredibly important. So once you get comfortable going in the records, You can also just sit, take a couple of deep, calming breaths, calm your body, and then just say, I am accessing the records. I intend to access the information of my soul record in the Akashic Records. And if you make that statement and you believe it and you feel it like in your gut, like, oh, I'm doing this. This is my intention. Then bam, you're in, like right away. And you can get whatever you want. Yeah. Intentions are so important, and not just with the Akashic Records, with anything. So I hope, if that's one thing the audience can walk away with, your intention is so important. So be careful of the words that you speak.
Mm-hmm. So is it like, didn't mean to cut you off, Mo. Is it like the same intentions that got us reading metaphysical stuff in the first place? Because we knew our lives weren't working and we had a desire to find out why? Like, is it like that?
Yeah, completely. Like, exactly. Like when my life fell apart, I had to understand. Like, I needed to understand. And yes, that was my intention. And here I am, you know what I mean? Understanding things. So yes, completely.
Got it.
Fantastic.
I don't know. So I need to understand, I need to learn why Mo is in my life,
I'm here to drive you crazy.
She tells me all the time she's here to drive me crazy. And I'm like, I don't know, Mo. I don't know. That's funny. Anyway, no.
The reason he said that is Terris and I have been friends since college, right? And our paths, when I went through a very traumatic time in my life, I will share this. I dismissed everybody. He was one of the people I didn't talk to for a long time. We lost contact for 20 years?
Yes, 25 years. Yep.
And then my sister of all people got us reconnected. So it was just kind of interesting how it all just manifested itself. I still am reeling about it. So.
Oh, that's really nice. So you guys came back together.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's nice how life works out.
Yes.
Definitely.
So, well, thank you, Mo. When is your next show, Mo?
My next show is going to be on December the 1st, and it's called Breaking the Silence with Mo Garman.
And do you know?
Thanks a lot for having me on.
Well, thank you.
And please keep up the good work, and don't forget to tell us your contact information. I will.
Yes, thank you.
All right, thanks for calling in. All right, so Miss Michelle, are you gonna give us a little taste? I know you have the meditation in your guidebook because I downloaded it. I was reading it today, and are you going to do a little 5-minute one? Are you able to do that or not? If you can't, you can't.
Yeah.
If you can,
yeah,
all right.
Can do one.
All right.
Okay, so get in a comfortable position. Kind of move your shoulders a bit.
All right.
Take long, deep breaths. Feel your body calm down. Close your eyes. Just feel your feet on the floor, wherever they are. Feel your breath moving through your body. You are your body. You are centered. You are one. I want you to imagine a light shining down from the sky, straight down through your crown chakra, down through the top of your head, moving down your forehead, down your face, down your throat. As this light moves down through your body, I want you to feel the light and the energy and the warmth that is moving through your body, cleansing you and grounding you. Okay, it's moving down through your chest, through your heart space, through your solar plexus. Feel that warmth in your stomach, reminding you of how powerful you are. Okay, moving down through your hips and the back of your legs, and the light is moving straight down into the earth. So now you are connected to the earth, you're connected to spirit, and you are grounded in your body. I want you to imagine that you are sitting in your special place, okay, in the most beautiful, comfortable place you can imagine. Maybe there's someone by you. Maybe there are animals. Just take in your surroundings. What do you feel like? What do you feel? Do you feel anything around you? What is the temperature like? Take a deep breath. And I want you to imagine the most beautiful life for you right now. Your future. This is yours, your dream and your destiny. This is the life you're meant to create, to experience, to enjoy. Who is around you? What do you do? What are you meant to do in this life? What fears are holding you back from experiencing the life you're here to live? I want you to start waving the air in front of your stomach, your solar plexus area. So we're kind of like moving energy, fear energy, that energy of, I don't believe I can do it. I don't believe this is right for me. I don't think I'm right for this. We're clearing all this air. So I want you to feel that light energy that came down through you expanding in the center of your chest and in your stomach. Just expanding and clearing out all that doubt, all the programming that told you that you couldn't be who you're meant to be. The programming that says you are not divine. That programming that has kept you down and beneath who you are. Okay, if you feel the urge to kind of like wipe around your body, you can do that. Like your physical body or the energy in front or around you. Just wipe it all off. I want you to now imagine as you're sitting in this beautiful space, it's starting to rain and all of this water is clearing away all of this programming, the misery, the doubt, the fears. And the light is getting brighter and brighter. And you can feel this bright heat, the heat of the light in your body, around your head, in your thoughts, in your heart, in your actions. You can feel the light of who you are waking up. You are divine. You are powerful. You're here to live a beautiful, beautiful life. And it's yours. And when you open your eyes, you're going to start taking steps to live that life because it's meant for you and it's waiting for you. Okay, take a few more breaths and just feel what it feels like to live that life that you deserve. Feel what it feels like. It's yours and it's not far away. It's almost in your hands. You just have to do what you need to do. And what you need to do is just don't be scared, okay? Don't be afraid and stop doubting yourself. Just know that it's possible. It is possible because it is, and it's yours. Take a deep breath, and when you're ready, you can open your eyes.
Wow. Wow. Thank you, Miss Michelle. That was fantastic.
I'm fine.
That was
That
fantastic.
felt invigorating for me.
You feel that, brother O? Dr. O?
All the time. And you know what's crazy? I got a song for you both. And, take time to really relax and understand sometimes people are just invisible. We don't want to be invisible. So take the time to listen to this song in meditation. The great, great Curtis Mayfield, To Be Invisible.
To be invisible will be my claim to fame. a man with no name. That way I won't have to feel the pain. Indispensable, just a plain old human being. Today don't mean a thing in a world that's so mean. A world that seems nice to me. So proudly I'll be invisible. That way I won't have to explain a thing, if you know what I mean. I won't even have to be here on the scene. It's so ridiculous, but the strife and the bliss will go right on through me to have missed all the things that hurt me so. No one will ever know. That never know. Life is so preciously just don't seem to be as free as they claim freedom to be. Things are going fast. To have found it all in the past. To have to take what you can get sure can make a heart affair. Inconspicuous, I must behave myself for somebody else who may have a little fame, fortune, and wealth. It's so ridiculous, but the strife and the bliss will go right on through me to have missed a world that seems nice for me. So proudly I'll be invisible. That way I won't have to explain a thing, if you know what I mean. I won't even have to be here on the scene. It's so ridiculous, but the strife and the bliss will go right on through me to have missed all the things that hurt you so. No one would ever know. They'd never know. Life's so precious, just don't seem to me as free as they claim freedom to be. Things are going fast. To have found it all now in the past. To have to take what you can get sure can make a heart upset. So I'll be invisible. Invisible. Let me
Like that, brother. That's all right. I like that. Thank you for that track. All right, so this is the Know Your Right show, and I'm your host, Terris Strength. Call in, family, 516-453-9133. Press 1 to join the conversation. And, of course, this is brought to you by Ngozi Time Multimedia. We just had an outstanding meditation with Miss Larissa Michelle. It was outstanding. And
thank you so much.
Yes, that was fantastic. All right, so I want to ask you a question about how does the Akashic Record help us to connect to our spirit guides? And I know most people don't know what spirit guides are. Maybe you want to explain that to our listening audience. But how does it help us to connect more deeply with our spirit guides?
So spirit guides are other spirits that are with you for your lifetime, right? So, well, most of them are there for your entire life. Some of them kind of like come in like stronger during like certain times, and they'll kind of fall back a little. But you have a group of people who are just with you at all times, like your guardian angels, right? And your spirit guides. So your spirit guides may or may not have had other lives, like other physical lives on Earth. May or may not, okay?
That's right.
And when you go into the Akashic Records, you can find out who is with you, and, like, for what reason. Like, why? Like, certain spirit guides help you more with certain things. So let's say, I don't know, what's coming into my mind is like love, right? Like you could have a spirit guide who really works with you when you're in relationships, or, you know, you're dealing with your family members, like then they'll kind of like get a little closer to you, you know, and give you more like one-on-one energetic help. So your spirit guides, they all do different things. And in the records, you can find out more about them. And if you have past, not if you, I mean, you definitely do have past, you know, experiences with them, you can find that out as well.
Right. I remember Sylvia Brown. I think one of hers was Francine that she used to always fight with, if I remember correctly.
Oh my gosh, you just woke up a memory. You're right.
She was always fighting with Francine. Yeah, they were getting it on.
Oh my gosh.
All the time, because Francine said she wouldn't listen to her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I heard there's a camera that can show you the angels, the spirit guides, or whatever through photography or something like that. You can see them. I've seen it before. I've seen it.
I was just watching something like that yesterday, and it was like their cameras that can pick up energy waves. So they were taking pictures of like crystals, and then you can see like, okay, here's the crystal, but then when they take this like special like energy camera, I mean, I guess it's not energy, they're just picking up on different light patterns. That's what energy is, it's light. So when they take the picture, you see like all the, you know, whenever it's a pyramid, you know, that you'll see all the energy like pound, like coming straight from that pyramid point. And that stuff blows my mind. So yeah, that's possible.
Yes. So obviously the Akashic Records, Curling Photography, Mo says, yes. So the Akashic Records also can help us to release unhealthy patterns such as self-sabotage, procrastination, escapism. So all of that comes through in your meditations. It comes through. How does that, I can't see, how does that work? Like,
yeah. So with the record, you have to, so in the guidebook, I share the 4 intentions. You have to be really clear on these 4 intentions before you start doing work in the record. And one of them is that you have to have a clear intention when you're going in. The records will only show you things that you know, you can see, that you can like understand and accept. But they will also, like when you go into the records, you have to have a clear intention. So what I do, I write down like my questions or my thoughts, whatever I want to work out. And then I open the records and I, you know, write it out. And like I have a clear intention. I know what information I need when I go in. So getting really clear on your intention. So when it comes to a certain problem you're facing, so let's say it's like self-sabotage, right?
Right.
Or shame. That's a really good one. These things that you kind of like, you can follow these threads in your life. You can get really clear, like with your questions, and write it out beforehand. So it's kind of like there's like a pre-work to the Akashic Records, you know, like you need to get really clear on what you want. If you want the best information, you know, you have to be really clear on, I want to understand this or that for this reason. You know, like I want to understand why I self-sabotage in my work, because I don't want to do that anymore. You know, like I want to excel in my career. And then you'll get that specific information. So it's really, really important to get very clear on what you're asking so you can get the best information.
And so you need to be really honest then, right? Obviously, when you say clear, you need to be really honest. Because my thing is, if you're suffering from unhealthy patterns of self-sabotage, procrastination, escapism, then you're doing it. You're not being honest. So at some point, you have to be really honest in order for the Akashic Records to reveal to you what you need to know. That's what it seems like.
Exactly.
But that applies in a lot of things down there.
And I've worked with a couple of, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I've worked with a couple of people who are not very honest, but I think also being honest has to do with an awareness of yourself. And some people just don't have awareness yet. Not that they never will, but, you know, at that point in their journey, they don't have it. Just like I didn't. You know what I mean? Like, when I realized I was miserable in my life, it's like in that moment I woke up and saw my life. And I was not self-aware at all. Like, I didn't know I had created that until it was just like, oh, wow, this sucks. This is really horrible. And, I realized, like, I did this. So some people aren't ready, and that's something, on an individual level, we all have to work on. Being open to understanding ourselves. And understanding the Akashic Record is another tool to help you understand yourself on a deeper level.
Outstanding. So I guess using this, and I did a show on sidereal astrology and numerology. All these tools together are to help make you aware, right? Aware of what you are and what you're doing here and everything.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's outstanding. But we're gonna have to. You and I are gonna have to talk about this. I need some help. I need some help. So so let the listening audience know about how they can get in contact with you. Let them know how they can get in contact with you and how they can reach you.
Yeah. So my website, you can find all of my social medias on my website, souldestinyguide.com. That's soul, SOUL, destiny, DESTINY, and guide, GUIDE, souldestinyguide.com. And on my website, we said a couple times, I have a completely free Akashic Records guidebook. And it's an 11-page guidebook. It comes with 3 meditations and more information about the records and what your soul is and how it can help you. And then, you can also follow me like on TikTok or my YouTube channel for my meditations and messages. And, I also give Akashic Record readings, but I am a soul guide. So Akashic Record readings are just one piece of what I do. I actually do soul blueprint readings. So I'm able to sit with a person and give them the next steps. Like, I'm able to tell you what your soul destiny is, and we can clear out. I'll help you understand where problems are, and I help to clear that out so you can start, changing your life. That's just, one of my gifts. I'm able to I can't do actions for people, but I'm able to help you understand your life so you can change it.
Outstanding. I think we have another caller in the queue before we end this show. Caller three. Who am I speaking with? You on the Know Your Right show with Miss Larissa Michelle. Who am I speaking with?
Hey, Pete, International Hall of Famer. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, Hooney?
Actually, I took Hooney's phone. This is actually Franklin. I'm calling from the uncomfortable lawn chair, since you mentioned about Thanksgiving and all.
Right.
Hey, but on the real, man, thank you so much for being everything that you are for us at WBNN and the rest of our world. Honor to your special honored guest. I haven't came across too many people that actually acknowledge and speak about bringing forth the Akashic Records. I mean, that's definitely one for the records, and it's also a great sign for ones like me. For well over 38 years, being a part of a serious wake-up call, especially for the original people that predated this planet Earth, but we also are the original inheritors of this mission planet Earth as it was given to me. So thank you so much for sharing what you shared with us on our great company. Look, I'm also a host of We Will Aware You, my next advancement, No More Time for Lessons. We'll be on December 14th, and we will be speaking about a reason and a will to kill, or a time to kill. A reason and a time to kill. That'll be December 14th on a Thursday at 9:30. Thank you.
All right, Hooney.
All right.
Thanks for calling in, Hooney. He's one of our Hall of Famer hosts on here. Has very good topics. Hooney Bakatoon is his name, and I think it's now Ngozi time. Dr. O.
muted.
King among men, Thomas. Thanks for joining us. Yes, good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Eric. Good to see you.
ones that struggle on a day-to-day basis. Right on for the darkness. All the folks out there don't believe that things gonna be. Right on for the darkness. And all the people out there that gave up hope, don't give up. Right on for the darkness. Yeah. One and only Curtis Mayfield, the great Curtis Mayfield. You can't get better than that, man. You talk about a genius. They called him the quiet genius, and his music really resonates with me all of the day long. So I'm glad I did that soundtrack tonight of your lives. Now, tomorrow night we come back on these outstanding on-these stations with a young lady that always supports him. We're gonna have a little fun tomorrow night. Now, I don't understand this bobblehead thing, but we're gonna get together tomorrow. I cannot wait. Ava Holly, casual chat, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time right here on the one and only Beverly Nation. Of course, Beverly Nation has advertised to Ngozi Time Multimedia, Terris, Google, Instagram, and X. And of course, all the other Malay will go to Facebook. Any comments, suggestions to our wonderful program tonight? Oh, lay. Gotta go to mine, you know that's how I am. Your mother and father's paid producer, Dr. Ladell Malay will go to saying good night and good luck. To all the folks out there on Sports Radio that support us on a constant basis. And now, the 2020 WBNN Linear New Host of the Year, but most importantly, the 2022 International Internet Radio Hall of Fame Broadcasting Enshrining, of course, Mr. Terris Strength. And remember, all of our hosts on Black Friday, we all get a chance to get that call. Who will be honoring Anna Waddell this year? And excellence. The 2023 overall host of the year at WBNN, voted by and endorsed by our hosts on Black Friday. So you guys will know, and on the honor, on December 5th, you know, on our wonderful sacred night. And now to Hall of Famer.
Unmuted.
One time, Terris Strength.
Thank you for that, brother. First of all, I want to thank Miss Larissa Michelle for coming and joining us and sharing her knowledge with us about the Akashic Records. I was really, really inspired. I want to thank her for the meditation she did and just really opening us up to other ways to find out who we are and to be more aware as we navigate this realm. So I want to thank and honor her for joining us tonight, to our listening audience on Blog Talk and Facebook Live, and really sharing this knowledge with us. I want to thank you, Facebook family and Blog Talk family, for chiming in and for supporting me over the 4 years plus that I've been on this network. and I will see you guys in another 4 weeks with another engagement. Thank you for joining us. You can reach me on Facebook and Instagram. Please contact me if you have any questions. And I will see you in 4 weeks. Make sure you tell someone you love them. Everyone have a happy holiday. Meeting and loving on people that you haven't seen in a while. And I will see you in 4 weeks. Good night.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
Facebook family, thanks for joining us. Thanks for chiming in. Thanks for putting up with me with my shades on because I broke my glasses right before the show. And I will see you guys in another 4 weeks again. Eric, Mo, Jarek, Marlene, Tawana, E, everyone, please please join us in 4 weeks. Make sure you tell someone you love them and have a great holiday with your family and friends. I will see you then. Good night.